This has been a rebuilding myself from being completely damaged, like by all means, physically, mentally, whatever, to really building myself up again. So from Upayoga, Isha Kriya to inner engineering, like Shunya, all these things have been doing wonders. My dad still is a handicap. My mom struggled mentally, psychologically for as long as I can remember growing up. I have two younger sisters, so I felt pretty much responsible and in charge, not only for them, but for my entire family a lot of times. So I didn't basically have a childhood, like not at all. At a very early age, like probably 7, I started wondering like about death, and like it was very, very intriguing to me to know death, because I realized that, you know, that's the ultimate destination of everything. So unless I know death, I cannot know life. So very early with this mind, I started to seek answers everywhere I was looking: philosophy, science, religion, all these things. I could not do anything because I was mad at everything. So I could not go against the world. So I turned against myself until, you know, I hit the point where my body was so bad. Like it was so weak. It couldn't take anything anymore. Every time I had a bulimic episode, I would just pass out, and just everything would turn black. I would come back to my senses, I don't know after how much time, but I just realized that my body was giving up. And so I realized, like, well, intellectually, I always knew that death is guaranteed, but actually experiencing it, like seeing it, like a breath away, just was a very it was a wake-up call. I was crying my heart out on the floor, and then after crying and crying for hours, I just have this thought, like, what is that meditation I've heard about? Because I had been looking everywhere but meditation and yoga. To me, it was the only thing I had never looked into. And so I'm like, okay, I'm so desperate. I'm so defeated. Like, last thing to do. Let's try that too. Now. So I just typed on YouTube, you know, what is meditation? Meditation for beginners, these things. And I watched a few videos like guided meditations, and yeah, I'm like proving to myself it's nonsense. But again, like, what is meditation? After I did some guided meditations, which I wasn't pleased with, I started seeking what is meditation. And then a video of Sadhguru came up. Of course. So the thing with him was that he just made sense to me. Like intellectually, like how I was functioning till that point, he was the only person in my first 25 years of my life to make sense to me. And that's what kept me like watching video after video and after video. If I had a question, type it, he would answer. That I took inner engineering with my sister and her husband. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that whole longing for a very long time has been really has made the entire thing very powerful for me. This has been a rebuilding myself from being completely damaged, like by all means, physically, mentally, whatever, to really building myself up again. So from Upayoga, Isha Kriya to inner engineering, like Shunya, all these things have been doing wonders. After I left the ashram last year, I bartended. And you can only imagine how not supportive that environment is. But not even for a moment did I feel like I'm being influenced in any way, because within myself, through these practices, I always felt like on fire. One thing I noticed when I left the ashram after spending here 5 months last year is that I could really experience what the ashram was once I left. While I was here, it was magical, it was beautiful, all this, but once I left, I could really see what it was. And like I could see this cocoon of energy, of support, and energetic support that Sadhguru has created through these consecrated temple spaces. Like I could really feel that and see that so clearly, like what it does once I left. So, and everybody knows everything. Like I talk to all these smart people all the time that know everything, and they say, oh, there's no hope. Like, who are you to tell me there's no hope? Like sitting from your couch. If you also get up and like light that fire up within yourself and just get with people who are actually looking into solutions and finding solutions, then everything is possible. So with this kind of spirit, I'm here, and I really would love, to see as many people, youth, most importantly, to be like fired up about life and not give up before it's done. Like to me, in my experience, it's like how I was when I had that rock bottom moment, that I saw that death is inevitable, like it's guaranteed. But does it bring me closer to life, to knowing life, if I am dying, out of my own hand? No. Like life is to be lived because death is guaranteed. So how we live is the question, and it's on us.